Well, hello there. Welcome back with the BMWs. As the title suggests, it's the NxtGen FASTR BMW League. It's lobby 1 of 2. This is the Interlagos races, because as you know there's 2 races in this format. So just so you know what we're in for, we've got a 10-minute quali session coming up in a moment. Then that's followed by a 10-minute race. We then take the results of that 10-minute race, flip them upside down, and then go at it again for another 10 minutes and just see what happens. So it's nice and short, shouldn't take us too long to get through this one. And it usually does produce some really feisty action as well. These cars sort of promote that, especially at Interlagos, where the BMW is not the OP car here. Let's just put it that way. It's a bit, it's probably a bit more of a handful, I think, than some will take it for. We've got some of the big guns in the room tonight. Philo's here, Don's here, Traumatic Dave's in, he did well last time out. Luke Mitchell here, of course. He'll be wanting to forget the traumas of last week and just crack on with this one. Who else have we got? We've got P. Gibbo for pole, could be activated. Luke Doherty, typically a staple of it, but he's coming out of his racing driver excuses of his being on iRacing all week, so who knows how he's going to do tonight. Yeah, that's pretty much it really, in terms of what you're in for. The cars themselves, let's get on track and have a look. So the cars themselves are the BMW M4 GT4 cars. So these are regular saloons, but adapted to be race cars essentially. You get race suspension, you have all the race trickery inside it, racing soft tyres, but they are essentially just a BMW M4, so not like the full fancy GT3s that we have. These have a little bit less aero, they resemble their real life counterparts just a little bit more. Although they are jolly good fun to slam around the track. And here at Interlagos, literally Portuguese for between lakes. See one of them there in the background. I'm just coming away from chat a moment, give me a second. I'm just waiting for qualifying to get underway. Yeah, I can do that. Is it still called Interlagos? Because they call it Autodromo Carlos Pache, don't they now? Or is it still called sort of both? Anyway, Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's a real world track. If you're an F1 fan, you'll know it. Famous for Hamilton smashing Albon off. I think it's pretty much at this corner where we're looking at Don now. Also famous for another Hamilton incident, the Is That Glock corner, where in 2008 Hamilton sensationally stole victory under the nose of Felipe Massa at the last corner of this very circuit. So FIA Grade 1 circuit will hold about 60,000 fans. Obviously due to COVID we don't have that many. 2.6 miles, 15 turns. Race lap record held by one Valtteri Bottas at 1:10.5. Unfortunately we're not going to go in that quick today, so 1:37s are the order of the day, so nothing too spectacular. Right, back connected to chat. We haven't got many people watching right now, but alright, here we go, qualification. I do love Sykes' Mandalorian livery. Alright, Peter. Danzo's here as well. Biggs is here. Shadow Stalker's in the house. Duds is here. Just check. Yeah, we've got everyone. 13 on track. Yeah, that sounds about right. Get rid of that nonsense. Oh dear. Oh, the Sunday roast, and I'm literally stuffed. And you know that after food feeling when you're just really tired? Yeah, that's me right now. Who's at the front of this? Who's at the front of this little pack? Who is it? Luke Doherty. Tell you what, Philo, you're going to host a lap of the Autodromo Carlos Pache. So we'll talk you through a little bit of a lap. I know a few of the corner names. I know Jordan Harding knows this all off the top of his head. I know a few of them because the F1 made a point of using the corner names this time round. So I'll do my best. Having raced here in GT4s before, I sort of know how you attack it in one of these cars. Of course, the straight that isn't quite straight, sort of your braking zone is downhill, so you've got to be sort of careful. You've got to look about 75 metres there or thereabouts. Braking just probably a little bit late there, Philo, but Philo's great. You can do that. Senna S then, you can cut that second curb quite a lot. He might pick up a bit of a penalty for just running wide there, but he should get away with it. Down the Reto di Aposta, I think it's called, aka turn 4. This is a very dangerous turn because the exterior of the track where Philo's headed right now down the side of the Largo does not have a lot of grip at all, and you will go spinny very quick. I believe this one's called Ferradura. It's either this one or the next one's Ferradura. You sort of coast the first one, start to plant the throttle. Turn 7 is a bit of a nothing corner, but turn 8 is a sharper than it looks hairpin, and you want to ride that curb on the right hand side as much as possible. Inwardly facing camber there through turn 9, Pinerino, and again another hairpin, even tighter this time round, and you just need to be careful of your exit because you want to set yourself up here for turn 12. And then down towards the final corner, the most important on the circuit for me, Junkao. Getting a good exit out of this corner is critical for a good lap time. Philo seems to have done a decent job there. But we know Philo, he typically picks up his pace towards the end of the qualifying session. Luke Mitchell, though, is going to be the first one to set us a lap time. What can he put on the board straight away? He's going to do a 36.7, Luke Doherty a 37.8, Philo 36.9, P1 Don with a 36.9 as well, pretty much identical to Philo's time. Traumatic Dave 39.6, he will improve that no doubt, 18.05, 39.5 for 18.05. Duds, what can he put on the board this time around? He's still got a little bit of a way to go here. He's dragging P-Gib along for the ride. 136.7 to beat for the time being. It's going to be a 138.9 for him. P-Gib though with a 137.3, just 6/10 shy of current pole time. Very impressive effort from him. TP86 Racing yet to set a time. Bigsy and Shadowstalker both set their time, a 38.6 and a 202.1. Whereas TP86 was a 39.0 on the board, good enough for P8 for the time being. Darkseid's 38.2 for the Mandalorian car. And the only car yet to set a time is Danzo, so once we've got him in, we'll have an idea of whether everyone's sort of looking. Danzo puts himself 12th with a 40.3. So between the whole field, I don't think Shadowstalker's time was exactly representative, as he goes wide there from turn 4. Luke Mitchell currently leading the way by 2/10, very close between Don and Philo, so just 0.02 of a second between those two cars, and then P-Gib, who's currently scrapping away with Duds there in the midfield, currently holding on to the last spot on the second row of the grid. Very short run here to turn 1, so qualifying does matter, track position does matter at this circuit. Luke Doherty improves his time, 37.7 for him now, but remains P5. P1 Don improves, 36.9, but again remains P2. Philo didn't improve that time round, but we know what Philo is all about. He just takes a few laps just to get into the groove at 18.05. Pops in at 38.6, which is still P8 for him at the time. At this moment in time, so Shadowstalker's got a bit of a penalty here. He's going to have to get rid of that, or he'll carry that into the next lap. He has got enough time to get another few laps on the board, of course. As keep an eye on the timing screen. Anyone going purple? No. A couple of people improving. One of them is Dark Sykes. He improved sector 1, didn't improve sector 2. And we're about to see what sector 3 holds in store. So Shadow Stalker 42.8 for Shadow Stalker. Dark Sykes doesn't improve in the end, misses out by 800ths of a second. Someone else who is improving is 1805. He's done 24.8 first sector. Second sector for 1805 is Brazil. Second sector is where it's all at. It's where all the time is won and lost here. But he's doing enough on his lap so far to overhaul Bigsy. We should find out in a moment whether 1805 is doing enough to haul himself up the order a little bit. Ahead of him, Philo, Luke Doherty, so we'll get an idea of whether they're improving, but the timesheet doesn't say so. 1805 is improving just over a tenth quicker then, so that will just leapfrog him above Bigsy if he does manage to carry that speed up the straight. This one isn't improved time for Luke Mitchell. I think he's took a lap out just to basically see what he can do to improve, maybe try and get a slipstream. Duds was improving as well, currently P9 Duds. But he did improve through that first sector. Didn't really improve too much in the second. In fact, it's quite a slow second sector for Duds. I wouldn't imagine this to be reinventing the wheel too much, but it might be a little bit quicker. P Gib puts himself P2 with a 36.8. Duds does improve and goes up to P9, but yeah, good lap time for P Gib there. He's just gone just shy of a tenth behind Luke Mitchell then, so leapfrogs P1 Don and Philo, relegating those two to the second row of the grid instead. TP86 improves, so does Shadow Stalker. Unfortunately for Shadow Stalker, it is still back in the grid, but it's significantly faster than it went before. Traumatic Dave, P12 for him at the minute. Danzo with the... is he improving, Danzo? No, this isn't improved time. Right, so this isn't a faster time for Luke Mitchell. 25.6. Yeah, that first sector was very slow. TNR Philo has gone purple in the second sector. So now just junk out, maybe with a little bit of a slipstream going up the main straight. These do count as corners, but you don't even slow down for them or even really recognise they're there in the race. You just go flat out through it. Can Philo put an improvement on his lap time to dethrone Luke Mitchell from the top? P1 Don's giving it a go, so is Luke Doherty. Philo goes 36.8. It is an improvement, but it's not enough. It just puts him within 5 thousandths of a second of P1 Don's time, who is 3 thousandths of a second behind P Gibbs' time. And P Gibb is just 1/10 behind Luke Mitchell, so it's very close. The whole top 4 separated by a tenth of a second. Luke Doherty is the skeleton in the closet at the minute. He's improving his time as he comes down towards turn 4, but he does need a mighty second sector. He's not going to get that there running wide. It's Traumatic Dave with 39, Bigsy with 37. Good lap time for Bigsy there to put himself P6. So he's dethroned Dark Sykes. I think they're brothers. I think it's them two. I'm sure it is. Right, no purples coming in so far. So Luke Mitchell looks like he's currently hanging on to that spot. He should get around in time. No, he won't get around in time to set another lap. This is going to be his final lap. Sector 1 wasn't an improvement. It was not slow by any stretch of the imagination, but it wasn't rapid either. We'll just stay on board with Luke Mitchell because he's coming around to the final timing sector. Yeah, he's down on his time. P Gib then on his outlap. I don't think he's going to get another one in. That's P Gib done for the day. Gibbo for pole is not going to happen today, unfortunately, but Gibbo for P2 is very realistic. P1 Don, is he improving his time? P1 Don did go purple, sector 2. He goes pole, 36.7 for P1 Don. Oh, is Luke Mitchell just in the pits? What's happening here? Philo's gone pole, actually. So Philo with a 36.7. Luke Mitchell just 1/100th of a second behind him. P1 Don and Luke Mitchell have set exactly the same qualifying time. They both set a 36.752. And then with P Gib, it's again the top 4 just 1/10 of a second behind, between them. That's creepy. That is very creepy. thought the timing screen was being a bit bugged then, but no, it was just the fact that they've set the exact same time. So qualifying over for the top 4. Shadow Stalker does improve right at the death, but he's going to be right at the back, unfortunately, for Shadow Stalker, but he's been constantly getting faster, so it's a good thing to take away from it. Very tight up front, yeah, so Philo just... Then you got Luke Mitchell there, who is 1/100th of a second behind Philo's time, and then Don set exactly the same lap time as Luke Mitchell to the millisecond, and then as yourself. You're a 10th behind that, so it's it's exactly a 10th of a second, which over a lap of 1 minute 36 and 96 seconds, it's pretty impressive to be that close by the end of it. So it just shows the standard that we've got in here. So let's hope all drivers make a good getaway. It is uphill as we go towards turn 1, so you go up over a hill essentially as you go down towards turn 1, so it's a very strange sensation. You start uphill and then your braking zone for turn 1 is just as you start going downhill, so you bet the drivers will be very careful on their brake pedal, especially with cold tyres. The lights are on. One of the cars there has got a jump start. Car will have to try and get out of the way. That was... can go back and have a look at it, have replay market it. Who is it that's right down at the back? It's Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty with a false start. Luke Mitchell then, him and P1 Don, exact honours even in qualifying. They are duking it out through turn 2 and 3 here at Interlagos, and that fight is going to carry all the way down towards turn 4. P Gibbs trying to get involved in that action as well. We do get some weird camera angles here at Interlagos. I do apologise for that. It just stops me really from seeing too much of the action. Like 1805 was going for a move there on dark sides, but I had to pull out of it in the end. As the cars stream up the hill for the first time, Philo leads the way, second only to P1 Don, who's just squeezed past Luke Mitchell. Luke Mitchell, who just went a little bit deep there. Probably didn't mean to coast as much as he did. Then we've got P Gibb in P4. Biggs has had a great start. He's P5 at the minute. Danzo in 6th. Sykesy in 7th. TP86 Racing 8th at the minute. Then we've got Traumatic Dave all the way up to P9 so far. Duds in P10. Luke Doherty false started at the start. P11 for him. Shadow Stalker in 12th. And something's happened to 1805. He's right down the back of the grid. I wonder if I can see what happened to 1805. Oh, he had a spin. He had a spin. He had a spin. So that will have put him right at the back. So the top 4, 5, 6, 7. The top 7 are all in a little bit of a pack. Then you got TP86 Racing just off the back of that, probably getting the coattails of Slipstream. No real moves happening just yet down into turn 1. Looks like all the drivers are pretty much behaving themselves down there. Coming out of the centre S's, these M4s will get themselves unsteady, as you can just see. I think that was Duds, who just got a little bit too much curb coming on the way out of that. Of course, these BMWs are front engine rear wheel drive. Interlagos has a lot of elevation changes, probably the nice way of saying it, so that will affect the handling characteristics of the car. Fortunately, they don't have tyre wear or fuel depletion on in this, so they don't have to worry about weight balance or brake balance or anything daft like that. You just turn a setting to a certain degree and leave it typically. But Interlagos at the minute just proving to be a bit of a slipstream train. We've got Philo now coming under a little bit of pressure from Don. Always been a bit of contact there. That's Philo on the grass. That was P1 Don. I don't know if we'll go back and have a look at that, of course, but that's put Philo right down the pack. He's now down in P7 with dirty tyres as well, under threat from TP86 Racing. Let's go and have a look from Don's perspective what that move looked like. So this is Don's bonnet cam. So Philo he gets it a little bit unsteady. I personally don't think there was too much in that. I think Philo would start getting the car a little bit woozy by that point anyway. It looked a lot worse on the replay than I think it actually was. So P1 Don leading then to Luke Mitchell. Piggy with a good opportunity. We've got Darksides trying to have a look down the inside of Bigsy. We've got Philo looking down the inside of TP86. There is a car that's gone straight on. I want to say that's TP86 Racing. I think it is. It is TP86 Racing. What happened to him? So this is he's battling with Philo. Oh, he just gets on the grass, and unfortunately, that is a one-way ticket to the Shadow Realm. Doing that, I'm afraid. So that puts TP86 all the way down to 12th. Luke Mitchell then assuming the lead of the race. He's got past P1 Don somewhere. P-Gib just off the back of these guys. So P-Gib will be licking his lips in anticipation. These two continuing to scrap because he can pick up the remnants whatever they start doing. Danzo and Sykesy still side by side. Philo though will be smelling an opportunity as the Mandalorian car goes wide down towards Junkao. No, we're not at Junkao yet. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong bits of track. Philo's already dispatched the Darksides. Next on his list is Danzo's car. So Philo's going to get the slipstream. That moves pretty much a certain under slipstream going to happen. Let's keep an eye and see if P1 Don gets an attack made on Luke Mitchell. Then coming up to turn 1 for the 4th time we've asked him. Exactly halfway through this first race, of course. We do have another one after this, so we have the reverse grid race follows. So this one pretty much immediately. Luke Mitchell gets hit just a little bit scruffy on the exit. P-Gib again looking like the what is it, the Vulture. We'll call him the Vulture for this race because that's exactly how he's acting. Darksides and Danzo continuing that fight. Now Philo's got past Sykes, he's out on the gravel, he's going on an adventure. And as they come down towards turn 4, the Mandalorian one, the Mandalorian car looking like he might want to make his way through that one, but has to serve a bit of a penalty. I don't know how he's picked that one up. Danzo though did go wide as well. So unfortunately for Darksides, he's lost positions, Traumatic Dave and Duds in the process of serving that penalty. So he's just opted to serve all his penalty at once. P1 Don then, he's past Luke Mitchell. We saw that earlier on a lot. Luke Mitchell has got a little bit of a penalty to get rid of. Despite their fighting, they are still managing to drop P-Gib and Bigsy. Philo is just a couple of seconds off that battle. He's not far away at all. We can see Duds and Traumatic Dave starting to have a little bit of a scrap, and then we have just got a couple of linguishers at the back. We've got Shadow Stalker, Luke Doherty, TP86, and no, 1805 not involved in that. He's just at the back of the top 10. So lap 5, P1 Don with a 1 second lead over Luke Mitchell, who has a 1 second lead over Gib. Bigsy's pretty close. Philo's got a 3 second disadvantage to Bigsy. He's going to want to try and get that nailed down pretty quickly, so we'll keep an eye on Philo's gap to Bigsy. Does having to defend there to Traumatic Dave. But there is, for the first time in an M4 race, I can say there's no carnage going on track. Oh wait, no. Spoke too soon. Traumatic Dave is having a pop at Duds here, coming down towards turn 4. Backs out of that move. Duds looks like he might have just gone a little bit deep, gets it tucked in time. Duds did a good job there to rescue that. As you can see, a couple of cars run wide. They swerve to try and get the power down. He just doesn't want to apply that power. At that minute in time on the corner, there's no weight over the rear axle, so you do have to be really careful about how you attack it. This is probably my favourite part of the course to overtake, down through the hairpins. You can really catch people out just by using a slightly different line there. It is really effective. Update on the Bigsy v Philo debacle. Philo's got a ton of penalties somewhere, and he's not. If anything, Bigsy's pulling a gap on him. We'll have a look at the lap times when they come over the line. But yeah, he's not grabbling him in at all. Gap's exactly the same as it was last lap. So this Duds battle has started bringing more in. So we've got Traumatic Dave who's going to look to make a slipstream move now, but we've also got Darksides and Danzo involved in this as well. We'll just jump on board with Darksides' car. And we will go back and have a look at that Philo thing in just a moment. But they go 2 by 2, it's like Noah's Ark. Danzo steal a move down the inside. He's going to try and put his car where Duds wants to put his. And they all leave the corner the same way they entered it. Right, let's have a look then. So, they're still pretty close. Bigsy... Sorry, let's turn these on. Bigsy's setting purple lap times. 37.9 that time round for Bigsy. 37.7 that time round for Philo. Philo's struggling in the race. Yeah, he's definitely struggling. These guys still battling away. Traumatic Dave has tried to mount an attack on Duds. Darkseid has been successful in getting past Danzo. Danzo's going to try and have a bite back at the cherry though, as Traumatic Dave gets shuffled out to the outside. Darkseid's up the inside. A lovely move there by the Mandalorian car, but Traumatic Dave can keep his car on the inside and get that move straight back. That's lovely racing by these guys. Darkseid's almost hung out to dry, but he keeps his composure and remains ahead of Danzo. So no loss between any of these guys. They're fighting hard, but they're fighting fair as well. The gap between Bigsy and Philo, if anything, has grown. It's now 5 seconds. I want to say Philo might have just got rid of that penalty though, because he's not carrying it anymore. At the front, it's mostly settled unless these guys start to kick off. We have just got 10 seconds left of this race, so it'll be tight. I think Philo will get across, Duds might not, so I think these guys will get, some of them will get across, some of them might not. Time is now out. Duds finishes the race just ahead of Traumatic Dave. Darkseid keeps his place ahead of Danzo. 18.05 finishes 10th. TP86 is going to bring it home for 11th. Shadowstone will likely get 12th with Luke Doxey in 13th, struggling with his move across from iRacing. Meanwhile, we go back to the top 5. These are the guys still racing. They take another lap on board. Philo again with another penalty. He's picking these up like candy at the minute. Bigsy is on fire. Really consistent laps as well. Really consistent times. Pretty much everyone else has dipped up and down a little bit, but Bigsy's been nail on the head every single lap, which is pretty impressive to do here. So we're coming down towards Junkow for the final time of asking. Of course, until we have another race here in about 10 minutes time, of course. But taking race 1 is going to be Philo. Not Philo, sorry, Don. I was thinking of Philo because I like Philo is normally in this picture, but I'm afraid he's still going round, but he's in P5, so that's going to take a few points away from his championship fight though. 2 people who aren't going to lose points on the championship fight: P1 Don and Luke Mitchell. Don wins, Luke Mitchell P2. P Gibb 3rd position, he will be happy with that, with Bigsy in 4th. Philo finishing in 5th position. Damage limitation I think for Philo after that contact with P1 Don early in the race. There's confirmation of your standings. That's going to be your grid in reverse for race number 2. Anyone that watched my stream yesterday will know that will know that I have a habit of making cups of tea and not drinking them. I got to this one in time. That's what I like about 10-minute videos. Yeah, now for Luke's just putting a little message in the chat. Yeah, I agree. The penalty system in GT Sport, mate, is broken, isn't it? It's just dodgy. Couldn't agree more. The kind of problem is, like, I don't know, they've got to double down on the mistake now, haven't they? No, his lobby one's still open. Yeah, it's still open. What are you about? What are you about? Can you not see the room? My back end roll of it shot. Aye, looked like it as well. So our host's games crashed. I put a message. I was just about to type a message then. Yeah, so the host game's crashed, but he'll come back and we'll set it back up again. I should have thought to snap a picture of the race results then, but I didn't. You might as well keep the stream going, just in case. Yeah, we all have. Yeah, I bet you did, P-Gib. Bet you did, dude. Had a good race. Bigsy was flying. Absolute fire drive from Bigsy, that. Pulling away from Feeler. Let's have a look. I've streamed the race, I believe I have the results. Sweet. Yeah, because for me to get it, like if I wanted to get the results from my stream, I'd have to end my stream. And I did that the other week, and I'm not doing that again. It's a pain in the backside. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh dear. Can someone let me know the results? Just pushing, he's taking time out of me, Biggsy. Yeah, Biggsy's on it here. I think he's put a little bit of time in. He was really good. Like I said, mate, his consistency was banging. Like, great consistency all the way through that race. Every single lap was like a mid-37. Everyone. Like, even the top lads were up and down a little bit. Like, yeah, they were nipping in 36s from time to time, but they were, like, up and down because they were fighting. But Biggsy, yeah, Biggsy's solid every single time. Menacing seeing that Care Bear's coming at you. I've got to admit, like, when I saw the livery at first, it's grown on me a lot. When I saw it, like, I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? And I don't know, it's just, it wouldn't be the same without a Care Bear's livery rocking round now. Sweet duds, yeah, I'll see what he says when he opens it. I think one of the other lads said they were streaming and they can get the results from their stream, so for the time being we'll see if that can happen. I just can't go back. I tried, can't go back for some reason. Can't go back on my, like, I don't know if any of you can. It's maybe because it's my stream I can't do it, but maybe if you can go back, watch the stream, like rewind the stream like a couple of minutes. Don't know if it lets you. Just waiting for, there we go, lobby's back. Yeah, quality though. How close were the top four? 10th between you all. And then, what was it, Luke Mitchell and Don getting the exact same lap time. Here we go. Oh, I'm tired tonight. Sorry if the commentary's a little bit off tonight, boys. I'm shattered. I am shattered. It's alright, Saxy. Happens, dude. See Dave. But tonight we're racing for keeps. Bloody hell, Wace is here. Jesus Christ. He's arrived. The mystery man himself. Don't think I touched Philo, but it was fine. There might have been a touch contact, but I think the damage for Philo was done way before you got there. Personally, I think the damage was done already. So it was... Who won that one? Was it Don? Settings. Oh, I can't put hashtag Gibbo. I was last. You weren't even in the race. Oh, Luke Mitchell's a hero. He's put results in the chat. Missing Philo. Yeah, get Philo back in here. So we've got nearly a full lobby if Philo comes back. Right, Darren. Come on, Philo. Wanna go bed? I'm tired, Joe. Turning up late as usual. Fashionably lightweight. Waste sponsored by Netto Watches. Always keeping good time. Hello viewers of twitch.tv/CJW_racing. He has few. Piss off. I don't want to get struck off. Come on. He's very polite. I'm not gonna go down the P1 route. Hello, MMR_ Luke Mitchell. MMR, oh, nice. Says hello to himself. Lad, yeah, I feel that's ready enough. So we should be getting underway in a moment with race 2, which is a reverse grid race. So we'll get confirmation of what the grid looks like in just a moment. Then of course we'll have another 10 minutes of carnage. This one is all about, so you're gonna have the fast lads at the back wanting to make their way through, but there's, no matter how good they are, it's gonna take them a few laps, I think, to get, you know, even to the top really. So for those that finish towards the back of this one, Luke Doxey's got a great opportunity. Like, I know he hates the penalty system and all that sort of stuff, but he's got a great opportunity because he's going to be pretty much right at the back. Right at the front, sorry. So he'll have a good opportunity. It's fast on his day. Who else is going to be near the back? Biggsy might struggle. Philo from 5th is going to have a bit of a jump start on everyone else. So again, could work nicely for Philo if he gets a jump on people. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. There's a bit of mixed emotion. What am I doing car settings for? A bit of mixed emotion about this track, I think, from different people. Luke's definitely getting used to the physics, all right. Luke's doing some sightseeing, I think. Yeah, well, you're just going on a little bit of a guided safari tour. There you go, his pickup truck, look. What are you doing? It's a good vantage point, actually. Be good to watch from here. This guy in truck's got it made, look. He's got a right vantage point. You can see all sector 2. Anyway. Dud's going the wrong way. Got Don parked up outside turn 4. I think delays are giving these guys some sort of brain aneurysm. Where's Alonso's chair? Ask him. That's Luke Mitchell. That's the camera angle I've got of him. There we go, look. Things you don't see out of racetrack. Oh god. It's a yoke. Okay then. Here is race number 2. Luke Doherty on pole with a fantastic opportunity to get some moves made here. It's all about the start. All about the start then up to turn 1. We've got 5 red lights. The revs are rising. We're keeping us waiting here at race control. Finally we get underway then. Dark Sights and Danzo got both very good starts from the start. Luke Doxey got away well. It looks even like Traumatic Dave might be having a look around the outside. TP86 as it comes in on into the centre S's now. I think everyone's pretty much behaving themselves through there nicely. P1 Don with a mistake somewhere down into turn 1, and might go back and have a look and see what happened to P1 Don. Philo, 8th position for Philo. He's got the opportunity now. He's already on the attack against the Mandalorian car. He's going to try and go around the outside at turn 4. He gets a bump for his troubles as well, does Philo. Second race in a row, Philo gets a bump. So that's pretty much most championship contenders out of the way. Early doors, Luke Mitchell then is in 12th. He's the one we might be watching, but Philo and Don not. So all the top 3 have been involved in some sort of carnage in lap 1 and right at the back of the grid. Meanwhile, they're all scrapping at the front just to try and get this move, these moves sort of made out. Let's go and have a look at what happened to Philo. Is he getting a nudge from Duds? He does. I don't think we'll be able to see what happened to Don. Yeah, no, we just catch the tail end of that carnage, I'm afraid. Right, anyway, back on with things. So we've got Luke Doherty 1.6 seconds in the lead. Good opportunity for him. 18.05 P2 at the minute with Danzo in P3. Danzo's coming under pressure from Dark Sights now. In turns coming under a little bit of pressure from Shadow Stalker, Traumatic Dave and Bigsy having a battle. Bigsy, one of the stars of the last race for me. The Care Bears car hoping to scare some people away, I think. We've got TP86 already carrying a penalty. We've got Waste in P9. Philo now up to 10th. P-Gib struggling to get through the field. And we've got Luke Mitchell, P1 Don and Duds at the back of the grid again. Getting lag from P1 Don's car quite severely now. That may well be interfering with things. Meanwhile, Luke Doxey up at the front is pulling a gap on everyone else. We've got TP86 Racing trying to serve a little bit of that penalty. That does let Traumatic Dave up the inside. Waits as well. He's going to try and welcome himself to that spot. Well, he does indeed welcome himself to that spot, and he's getting sandwiched between him and Philo. Philo's going through the walls to try and get these positions made up as another car gets sent sideways. I think that was collision between Wace and someone else. So that is TP86 directly behind Wace, and now he does it himself. He puts a wheel on the gravel, and unfortunately for Wace, that puts him down in P10. That car you saw on the grass there was P1 Don's car. Just with the internet desync, P-Gib down in P14. Don't know why. I'm assuming he got caught up in that little accident. Luke Doherty now 3 seconds ahead. Oh, we've got 18.05 and Danzo. 18.05's getting the back end. Oh, Luke's coming through turn 1. Philo then, P7 for Philo. And that car will need a lot of repairs after the race. It's been on the walls these last 2 races. MMR underscore Luke Mitchell is on the attack against Wace. He shanks left, he shanks right. He's going to try and go around the outside. Is Wace going to show him the door? He's going to try. Yeah, Luke's keeps his car there, but Wace just manages to get the traction down and keep that position. Luke though fiercely trying to get past Wace, but at this minute in time he's just not able to get that move made. Try and look down the inside. No room needs to be given because he's not got a car in front. P1 Don's car is lagging all over the shop yet again. Now showing he's in 14th, but he's actually involved in that fight with Duds. Yeah, he's kind of all over the shop. That's going to be an accident, that is, at some point. In fact, it is P1 Don. Yeah, so the thing is, on Don's screen it'll look completely different. Doherty is just buggering off. 18.05 holding up Donzo. Do these two have a little attack going down into turn 1, I wonder? I think they will. 18.05 is going to defend that for all his might. We see the Care Bears car defending to Philo as well, but in the end lets Philo go through. So again, Biggsy showing some good racecraft. You notice he's got this gap to Shadow Stalker and Dark Sights and everyone else. Luke Mitchell is now past Wace. He's trying to get past Traumatic Dave as well. Wace has actually bundled him back down. Luke Mitchell struggling to get through the field here. There's a lot of traffic up ahead of him. The traffic up ahead of him is battling as well, as we see who was that? Who's that that's been shuffled out wide? That's Dark Sykes. So he's directly behind Shadow Stalker. What happens here? Yeah, so Dark Sykes gives Shadow Stalker a little bit of a nudge and takes himself off track, I think, just to make sure that position is given back, which is fair enough. I can't really argue with that. That does put him down at the back of the field though. TP86 Racing has also had a little bit of an indiscretion somewhere, so he's off in 13th. Pressing the wrong button here, didn't mean to press that, sorry. Get back to live action. Wace now defending to Duds. Duds is going to try and hang it around the outside to junk out. He might as well just try and slipstream down into T1. Meanwhile, Luke Doherty with a 5.5 second lead. Partly because these guys are all just battling away. So 18.05, Philo, Danzo and Biggsy. All just battling. 18.05, not letting Philo through. Danzo's trying to fight him as well. Philo is struggling. He's just well, he did get the fastest lap of the race a couple of laps ago, but he's gone 2 seconds slower this lap because of all this traffic. Meanwhile, there in the background, you see Luke Mitchell is trying to get past Biggsy as well. Sorry, Luke Mitchell is the next one to attack Biggsy. So Luke now has clear track ahead of him. And he can at least try and get that spot. Philo then looks like he might be favourite for a move up the inside of 18.05. And does he get that move finished off? Yeah, 18.05 out wide. That's Philo through. Danzo through. 18.05 all the way down to P5 in the end. Luke Mitchell's going to be right on the back of him. P-Gib has been having a little bit of a fight with Wace, Dramatic Dave, and Duds are involved in that one as well. Wace, does he do the same mistake as he did before? Let's jump on board with him and just see what happens here. So it's Traumatic Dave behind him. I'll be honest, Traumatic Dave had a nose in there. I can see why he went for the move, but either way, Traumatic Dave let him carry on ahead. Right then, this is where the business comes. We're going to have enough time for 2 more laps, especially for some of these top guys. So Danzo and Biggsy might get another one in. They might not. Luke Doherty and Philo definitely will. So the gap between Luke Doherty and Philo now is 4.6 seconds. At the rate Philo is catching Luke Doherty, he's not going to get him in time. So Luke just needs to keep it consistent, basically. Although, because of what Luke Doherty said about my channel, I hope he crashes near the end of all that. Don't really, I'm only joking. Only joking. I'm only kidding, mate. There's still lots to settle between these two. Yeah, these guys are so at a minute, 1 minute 36 a lap. So yeah, I think Biggsy and Danzo are going to make it through. Luke Mitchell, I don't think has got enough time to get through and start another lap. It's going to be touch and go. He's going to be the cut-off point for this. He needs a mighty third sector in order to get another lap in and try and catch the guys ahead. But even then, he's going to really struggle because the guys ahead still are in the 38th. Oh, we've got Biggsy off the track at Junkow. That's, I think, his chance to get another lap in might be done. So as they start the final lap, the gap is 3.8 seconds between Luke Doherty and Philo. Does Danzo get another lap in? Yes, he's the first car to get another lap in. Biggsy, if he hadn't have had that accident, he would be able to battle for that position. But P4 for him. Luke Mitchell in 5th, 18.05 in 6th, P Gibb in 7th, with Duds in 8th, TP86 Racing in 9th, Traumatic Dave in 10th, Dark Sykes in 11th, and Shadow Stalker in 12th. We did lose 2 drivers this time around, P1 Don and Waste. I think P1 Don had internet connection issues, and I think Waste might have just been for other reasons. Philo is pumping in some laps, but we've just 4 or 5 corners to go of this circuit. He's got a 3.8 gap, a 3.8 second gap. He's not going to return that. So Luke Doherty did what he needed to do, escaped away at the front. And for this one, good drive by Luke Doherty, someone who was coming out of all the classic race car driver excuses before the race. Sealed up the win in race number 2. So well done to Luke Doherty for that. Sporting the Ayrton Senna helmet in there as well. I see TNL Philo brings it home in P2. And the final podium position is going to go to Danzo. A great race for Danzo. Capitalised again on a lot of that fighting that was happening in the midfield. Full confirmation of your results. So I'm reading the chat. Let's just say it's eventful. Alright. Oh, thanks for jumping in, ladies and gents. Thought I turned Philo. Waited till it was last and realised he'd saved it. Oh, fair enough, P-Gib. That's fair enough, dude. You can't always tell. Like I said, I think Don's like... I don't think Don touched him in the first race. I think Philo made a mistake and Don went up the inside. There might have been a little bit of contact, but that wasn't... I don't know. I don't think there was anything in it. I don't think I saw your connection with him. But it's going to happen like 10-minute races in GT4s. What do you expect, man? There's going to be contact. You know what I mean? He was proper sideways. He's on pad. It's easier to save it on pad. It's quite easy to save slides on pad. But yeah, well done to Danzo for that one. Biggsy as well had great race too. So they're supposed to feel it. ninja thumbs. His girlfriend must be happy, put it that way. If he can do the sorts of things he does with these cars on a pad, I bet it's awesome at cross stitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are a bit clumsy races. I'm sorry, but that's kind of the format. That's kind of the idea. Like, the idea is to have not wreck fest. Like, that's not what we want. But we want this fast and furious type racing where you've got 10 minutes. Like, you've got 10 minutes to sort this out. If you have a bad qualifying, you've got 10 minutes to make it up in the race. If you have a good qualifying, you've got 10 minutes just to get your head down. You know, if you're battling, you've got 10 minutes to resolve it. It's not a long time. And it does lead to that. You don't get that in endurance races because it's a longer race. Track is it next? I want to say it's a wet race next. And I want to say it's Red Bull Ring in the wet. I might be wrong. Might be wrong. Right, that's that done. Right, so that's it for me. So in terms of what's coming up next, let's have a look. So, no, it's Piggy. Sorry, mate, I'm tired. I will admit when my comms are not as good, and tonight they're not as good because I'm shattered, dude. My fault for eating a big fat Sunday roast before I sat down in the comms chair, because this is really comfy where I sit to do my commentary. It's my race rig. It has to be comfy because I do like 2-3 hour endurance races in it, so it has to be like a king chair. My bad. No, your bad. It was a delicious Sunday roast, but like, you know what I mean, just lays a bit heavy, doesn't it? Right, so what's coming on? So we are on Sunday, so nothing tomorrow to expect. Sunday I'll be racing in the Infinite GT Manufacturers Series. That one's at Spa in the GT4 Mercedes. So expect a video on that probably towards the middle end of next week. There will then be the live stream on Wednesday night. That is the Mature Racing Club Team Oliver Racing GT3 League. So tune in for that because that's always a banger. They're always really good streams to do. And then Thursday we're back with the NxtGen people and we're covering their Megans, Palmax Racing Megans. And then it's GTTCC time on Friday, and then Sunday we're back with the M4s. I'll kind of be glad when this season's done with because I've took too much on this season. Something's got to give next season. It's got to, because I'm kind of lucky in a way that we're in lockdown because it gives me a little bit more time, but I still know when I'm burning the candle at both ends, and it's starting to get that way a little bit. So yeah, next season probably tone it down a little bit. Some things will continue, some long timers will stay. I'm yet to decide it all, but yeah, I think I have bitten off a little bit more. But anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll stop whinging. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope everything is fun for you, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Hopefully see you all on the streams during the week. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye, 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 bye.